youngsters gathered here, and he gave me a figure. And I thought to myself that if there is any segment of our society that will truly be a beneficiary of Viksit Bharat, it is you guys. If the average age here today is, say, 20, 22, I mean, literally the weighted average, then we are in 2025, and clearly, in 22 years, you will be in the prime of your life, but more important than that, you would have shaped the journey to a Viksit Bharat from today onwards to a $40 trillion economy. But more than that, you would have shaped the contours of that journey. You will be the beneficiaries of that journey, but you are also going to be the agents of that change. So 3 concepts came to my mind, and I think I'll start by sharing them with you. One, and I say this unapologetically, you are fortunate to have been born in today's India. Today's India, which is happily reclaiming its past. So I will start by saying reclamation. My second submission to you is affirmation. Today, no matter which part of the world you live in, or what educational pursuit you are undertaking, or what professional pursuit you are undertaking, India looms large on the global horizon. And that is true whether you are discussing energy, with which I am primarily associated, or you are in technology. The transformation that is taking place in the world, India is part of that. So I say reclamation, affirmation, but the most important is the final one, which is creation. You are the guys who are the agents. You are the agency for that change. And if I come to my current job, if I may call it that, which is Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas, my friend introduced me also as Housing and Urban Affairs. I did that for 7 years. I was also Minister for Civil Aviation for 2 years during the pandemic. We managed to get Air India privatized during that. I was also Minister for Commerce and Industry, which is a job I'd rather leave to my colleague Piyush ji just now with what's going on in the world. What is the current change that we are witnessing? I'm a student of history, so I always turn around and say, anything that you discuss has to be in the context of continuity, which is continuity of current policies and the change. But I make this submission to you before I go on to the hardcore subject, is that no matter which way you look at it, the change that is taking place today is revolutionary. It's not evolutionary or slow continuity giving rise to incremental change. It is revolutionary. Let me share some statistics with you. When Mr. Modi, the Honorable Prime Minister, assumed charge, India was perhaps the 10th or 11th largest economy in the world. In the 10 years plus that he has been Prime Minister, we've moved from there to the 5th situation. At the current rate, by next month or so, we should be the 4th largest economy, and within a year plus, the 3rd largest economy in the world, having moved on from 4 trillion to 7 trillion and then 10 trillion. But we must understand the context. Why did I talk about reclamation? It's so easy if you listen to a contrived Western narrative, and I choose to call it precisely that. They used to look down, India, the land of snake charmers, India where nothing works. Just remind them that 190 years before the colonial experience that we had, and I go back to the early 1700s, the contribution of the Indian economy to the global economy was about 25%. That is, India contributed 25% of the global GDP. Then came 190 years of colonial domination, and that dropped from 25% to 2% or even below. When Mr. Modi took over the government, people used to say India is part of the fragile five. Fragility being defined as, if you're traveling and you have a suitcase and it has marked fragile, handled with care, it might contain some stuff which is easily breakable. Today, you're talking about being a $40 trillion economy. Today, no one is questioning that you will be the third largest economy. I've never heard anybody question that. What they turn around and say, are you sure you will be a developed country by then? It's again that subjective, slightly condescending tone that comes in the Western narrative when the people shaping that narrative, when we became the fifth largest economy, we took over the UK. We surpassed the UK. So some of it is natural. I don't take it too seriously. India was the first country